Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. Let's see if we are live. Let me know if we are live, guys. We should be live. And we should be live with a big clash. The Bullet Chess Championship between Fabiano. Well, this is the loser's bracket, but don't worry about it. Between Fabi and Anish. Let's see. Yep, we do have it. We do have it. We do have it. Here we go, guys. Here we go. So you can just hear me for the moment. Perhaps I will show myself occasionally, but for the moment you can just see me. Big clash. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Let's see. We have some technical issues, but we got it. We got it, guys. We got it. All right, here we go. Fabi against Anish in bullet chess. This is, I believe, 1+0, so you don't get any increment. And yeah, best out of 30 minutes. I see people in the chat already. After 30 minutes, the timer is going to stop, and whoever has more points, I believe, wins. It's pretty straightforward. That's about it. No clocks. That's actually a good point. Maybe I should. All right, not a good start. Not a good start. Not a good start. There we go. There we go. We're trying. I will get the clocks in just a second. I know. But if I get the clocks, okay, I guess I could get the clocks as well. Oh my goodness. Here we go. We got the clocks also. We got the clocks also. Doesn't look that great, but we have the clocks. It's okay. Some technical issues to start off with, but everything will be good. All right, here we go. We have the clocks. We have the names of the players. And guess what? You have the eval bar as well. We're always going to watch it from Fabi's perspective. That is the plan. Always going to watch it from Fabi's perspective. But yes, you also have their names just in case. 1-0 right now. You can also see the score there. 1-0 for Anish. But again, it's 30 minutes. All that matters is the timer that you see under their cameras. This is some sort of a Dart Anish situation. Very dark. Okay, this should be a draw. Hopefully this should be a draw. But the problem is, again, it might be a draw, but it doesn't actually matter. And in fact, I don't think it's a draw anymore. It doesn't really matter because all you have to do is just play fast. Yeah, okay. Not a great start. Not a great start, guys. Here we go. 2-0 for Anish. We continue. We continue. We continue. So 2 games took about 4 minutes on the clock. That means we're playing at an average. Actually, we should be playing at an average of 2 minutes per game because there's no increment. 1 minute per player, 2 minutes per game. No increment. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So that means we have somewhere around in 30 minutes. What is that? 15 games, right? Okay, so most likely a score of 8 could be very close to winning. 8-9 probably wins the match. Okay, Fabi needs to do something. Fabi needs to do something a bit more serious, because right now the eval bar doesn't like it, but at least you have the attack. Yes, knight g5, h4. Go h4, Go h5. Don't exchange the queens. Go queen e6, something like that. Yep. That knight f3 was a good move. Rook e5, maybe some checks. h3 at the right moment, but not right now. Rook h5. He's trying to exchange the queens. The rooks, excuse me. Take, take. King h7. Still pawn up for white. Yeah, the pawn is falling, and unfortunately there's queen g4. This doesn't look good. This might be o3. That's actually not great at all. Not great at all, guys. Not great at all. Fabi back with the white pieces. Now he needs a win. He really needs a win in this one. He really needs a win in this one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Play fast. Play faster. c3. I like that move. Open up the center. Go d4. Get something going on the king side. Queen to e2. Getting ready for h4, h5. Let's go. Don't exchange the... No! Don't exchange the queens. Come on. What is that? Okay, that was not a good decision. Knight jumps to b5 potentially. Unfortunately, these two bishops are very strong for black. Knight d5. This is pulling the brakes type of situation. Rook to c2, a very good move found by Anish. Not great. Not great. You take the pawn on d5. I take the pawn on b3. That's the trade-off. The problem is you're also dropping the pawn on d4 after that. So Anish still to be preferred. Also up on time. Again, there's no increment in this one. So this is the problematic factor in this match. No increment. You cannot allow yourself to go down to the last few seconds. This this is starting to be must-win situation. If he loses this one, hopefully he's not going to. He resigns perhaps for a good reason, because he needs more games in. That's basically the idea. That's why he decided to resign, and we start anew. Fabi with the black pieces again. 4-0 for Anish. This is a really bad start for Fabi. Fabi needs to wake up. Come on. Rook c8. Go d5. c4. Some tactics. You take on f6. I take on d3. Go knight e8 and play f6. Knight to c7 to defend the pawn on c6. Too slow. Let's go f6. Knight on c7. Let's go f6. At some point you have to go f6. Knight to b5 to block everything on the b file. After sacrificing the b pawn, I like this. f6. f6 has to come. f6. f6. Where is f6, Fabi? Let's go for f6. This is just a pawn down right now. But rook to b8. Rook to b7 perhaps. Rook to b5. Rook to b8. Yes. Double up. Triple up on the b file. Doesn't really matter. Put all your forces, aim all your forces as the pawn on b4. I like this. Take on b4. This is looking good for white, for black, excuse me, for Fabi. Up on time as well. And there's absolutely no attack coming for white on this side. I don't like allowing the pawn on h6. But rook g8, rook g6 is an idea to try to target the pawn on h6. Rook to b5. You're going to take on a5 at the right moment. Take, take. Maybe rook to b1. Try to invade. No, he takes the pawn on a6. On a5, excuse me. I like this move. This is a good move by white. Rook takes g5. Don't take on h6 because of rook to g8. We have some lag in the position as well. Go rook to g8. Yes, exchange, exchange, exchange. And now you're a pawn up. Get the pawn going. Get the pawn going. Get the pawn going, Fabi. Yes, he gets the pawn going. This is... No! How did this happen? How did this happen? Okay, we're having some lag, boys. We are having some lag. Good move. f6 take. Give a check. King to h8. Get out of dodge. Oh no, 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 no. What's happening? What is happening? What? Anish Giri won. No. We're getting a bunch of lag, guys. It's unfortunate. That was Fabi's game. That was Fabi's game to win. I cannot believe that was a loss. I cannot believe that was a loss. Gotta keep a positive mindset, boys. Gotta keep a positive mindset. Okay. We need some victories. We need some victories. Queen to e2, take on d4, h4, get the pawn going. Bishop to e3. I like this h-pawn push, but the problem is right now Anish is trying to make a draw. Bishop to c5, exchanging all of the pieces. Queen to d3, invade via the d file. a4, a5 perhaps, rook to d6. I like this move. Rook to d7 as well. Get the 7th rank and start putting some pressure with your majority on the queen side. b5, rook to d6, target the pawn on a6. If you go queen to b7, perhaps even rook to d8. Yes, rook to d8, check. Take, take, queen to d3, queen to f3, try target this one. Perhaps queen to d7 as well. You need to attack the pawns. You need to attack the pawns. Fabi needs to attack the pawns. Queen to c2, a4 perhaps. a4. Let's go a4. Queen to d3. He's waiting. Fabiano is waiting for black to take on c4 to create a passed pawn. Anish does the right thing, brings the king to the center. Fabiano responds as well, brings his king to the center, and now he's going to take on c4 with the pawn. Yes, check, perhaps check on d8, queen to d5 as well. Do not give the pawn. Why did he give the pawn? Do not give the pawn. Take on g6. Take on, you cannot take on g6 because it check. That's going to be a draw. This is going to be a draw. Queen to h6. Fabi, what are you doing? Oh, nice move. Nice move. Queen to d4. Nice move by Fabi. Queen to c8 was necessary. Take the pawn on a6. That's equal pawns. And how are we doing on time? Fabiano, definitely more than 10 seconds advantage. I like this one for Fabi. You have to move fast. Pre-move. No, do not exchange. Yes, go back. Queen a5, I like this. No, don't take that. Queen g5, queen f4. No, queen g5, queen f4. Queen g5, queen f4. Queen g5, queen f4. Not queen to e2. No. What is happening? Okay, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Fabiano won. Yes, yes. Fabi won. Excellent, excellent. Beautiful, beautiful. Here we go. Fabiano, I believe, won. On time. I'm not really sure why it says 0 out of 5 because it's not 0 out of 5. It's 1. 1 to 5. 1 to 5 right now. 1 to 5, he is not getting adopted. I don't know why Fabi doesn't have a point on the scoreboard, but he should have a point on the scoreboard. I don't think the previous game got recorded for whatever reason. Perhaps another one of the chess.com bugs. Who knows? Bishop to b4, take on b5, take on b5, take on e5 as well. This is exciting stuff, guys. Exciting stuff. I like the way this one is going. Take. You're going to be an exchange down, but you do have these super powerful pawns. I really like it. Knight to d5, take on e6 is going to be met by a queen takes e6 and then get the pawns going. Get the pawns going. What's happening? What's happening? Rook to a8, king to g7, get out of dodge. Yes, I like this. e4, knight to b4, knight to d3. Jump with the knight there. No. Attack the pawn. Whoa. Queen takes g3. What's happening? What's happening? I see some potential for knight takes e4, but no, he goes for this one. Queen to f4 perhaps. Yes, go queen to f4. Important move. You have to defend. Something is happening, guys. Something is happening with the website right now. Queen to e3 or queen to d4. Perhaps a perpetual. Queen to h4. No, he doesn't want the perpetual. Go for the perpetual, perhaps. Does he want? No, actually, why would he go for the perpetual? What am I talking about? Find the right way. Queen to d. No perpetual. Yes. Fabiano says no. Once again, get some checks going. Get some checks going. Get some checks going. c2. Rook takes c2 is going. Ooh, that's a checkmate. Yes. Queen. Boom. Queen e3. Queen e3. Queen f2. No, no, no. Queen e3. Queen f2. That was a checkmate in 2 moves. Right now, Fabiano doesn't have enough time. Queen to g3. You have to pre-move some moves. You have to pre-move. Yes, pre-move. Queen g5, take, everything. No, no. G5, king f4, take. Boom, at least we make a draw. I don't think he has enough time to win this one. Yeah, at least he gets a draw. At least he gets a draw. Okay, next one. 5.5 to 1.5 with 16 minutes to go. We're approaching the halfway mark of the event. Of this match, 1.5 to 5.5. Unfortunately, we have a lot of ground to cover to catch up with Anish. Oh no, what did he do? Fabi just lost a piece. Fabi just lost a piece. He's not happy about it. Not happy about it. Perhaps he's right now thinking about resigning this one because he needs those extra couple of minutes. It's an unfortunate situation. You have to make a decision in pretty much no time. Fabiano decides to go. Continue the match. Knight to e5, jump to e5, jump to e5, g5. Take another pawn. Okay, that's another pawn. That's 2 pawns for the piece. That's not that bad. Knight to e5, queen to g2. Yes, yes, yes. Protect h3. Perhaps jump with this knight. Yep, get the rook on h2, defend the pawn on h3. Move the queen out of the way. Knight to f3 to attack, dislodge the rook, queen to g4, queen to g2. No problem. Yes, we exchange. That's actually a good thing for... I believe it's actually, no, it's not a good thing, but it doesn't really matter because this is Anish Giri won. What? Why? No, he shouldn't have resigned. This was actually looking decent. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. 6.5 to 1.5 We need some victories, guys. We need your energy right now. We need some victories. We need some energy right now. We need some energy. We need some energy right now, boys. Come on, halfway mark, 15 minutes to go. Lots of ground to catch. We're in a must-win situation. We're basically in must-win territory right now. Basically in must-win territory right now. Queen to f6, not looking good. A few pawns. It seems like some tilt is setting in right now for Fabiano. Unfortunate situation. Take on a1. Push the pawns. Push the pawns. h5, g4. Try to get something on the king side. It's the only hope. In the position, you're facing a pawn storm on the queen side. Queen to f2, take, queen to g3. Anish decides to bring his queen. Go g3. Very nice move. Go. No! No, but why? Why would you hurry with queen to h5? Queen to e1 was anticipated. Should have been anticipated by Fabi. Take. If he takes with the knight, knight to e4. He doesn't take with the knight. Good move by Anish. Rook f6. I like this move. Try to go to g6. Ooh. Okay, that's a check. If you go to f7, queen to f3, if you go here, queen to h2 is a problem, knight g5 is a problem as well. Yeah, this one is not looking good, guys. He might resign another one, and that means 6 points difference with 14 minutes to go, less than 14 minutes to go. Come on. We need some victories, guys. We need some victories right now. We need some victories. All right. f6, e6, f5, bishop d3. Fabiano is absolutely throwing pieces at his opponents, pawns at his opponents as well. g4, let's go g4, let's go g4. Let's open up the position on the king side. Bishop to... No, don't go for that pawn. Who cares about that pawn? Go back, go back. Go back, bishop to d3, followed by g4. Go g4, it doesn't really matter. You're losing pieces, losing pawns, doesn't really matter. 95, bishop c5, I really like this move. Rook to e1, he's going to take on a7, probably sacrifice the bishop. No, he goes bishop f7, now go bishop to d4, c5 is going to be met with potentially g4. Let's go, let's go. We have to open up things on the king side. He goes rook to a8, e5, bishop takes f5. A piece sacrifice, but for what? The question is for what? g5, keep going. Nope, c5, bishop to d3, setting up some sort of an attack on this side. Queen to h3, g5 has to come at the right moment. That's going to be a check. Go towards the center. Go towards the center. Yes, he goes towards the center. What is happening right now? Take. Yep, everything comes with check. Unfortunately, queen to c7. The king is running, but there's no escape. And unfortunately for white, he hasn't opened up the position on the king side yet. He is a few moves behind. And unfortunately, Anish takes this one as well. 8.5 to 1.5. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good, but still a lot of time to be played. 12 minutes. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if this is a must-win situation or if the match is pretty much already game over, but we continue to hope. We continue to hope. We continue to hope. I'm switching up the board because Fabi is playing with the black pieces. He is looking for an attack on the king side, while white, Anish, is looking for an attack on the queen side with the pawns. Knight takes e5, good move. h5, try to do something. Go h4, go g3, open up the position. This knight will jump to d3, but I'm not sure if he's going to do anything there. Bishop to f4, knight to d3. He gives up the exchange. Rook to g8 or long castle. h3, try to poke at the white king castle. Rook to g8, f6, e5. f6 doesn't work because of knight takes e6. Bishop to f6. Looking at c5 as well. c5, do not open the position on the queen side. e5 at the right moment has to be played. d4, that opens. Ooh, that's a checkmate threat. f3, bishop takes d4 potentially, and queen takes d4 to exchange the queens. Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. Take, follow it up. Yeah, take e5. Go. No, he doesn't go. f6, follow with e5. You have to play e5, rook to d8. Good move. King to g7, do not allow any more pawns to be lost. Rook to a8, good move. Rook to d4, e5. Rook to b4, something has to give. Rook, oh, bishop takes e4, rook takes e5. That's it. Fabiano gets this one. Unless something major happens, Fabiano gets this one. Check. Take on h2, rook a2, h2, h1. That's it. Checkmate on the board. Beautiful. 8.5 to 2.5. That means 6 points differential with a few, 10 minutes to go. He needs to win every single game. He needs to win every single game. Fabiano needs to win every single game. 6 points differential. That's a big, major difference in the scoreboard, but Fabiano still has it. H4, H5. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for the attack. B4, A4, take on B4 as well. Give up the exchange. It doesn't matter. Give up the rook. That's okay. This is bullet chess. Take on G6. Open up the H file and try to do something on the H file. Try to create some sort of threats. There's no threats, unfortunately, in the position. Rook don't take the pawn on A5. First of all, because you lose the rook, but rook to B1 is a problem as well. Take on G6. Take on G6. Nope. Anish wins this one, and that means a 9.5 to 2.5. Fabi with the black pieces with only 9 minutes to go, to be honest. This one is looking rough. I think this match might actually be more or less close to over. It's unfortunate, but that's the situation. Rook to D1. White Anish Giri is trying for an attack. That's a nasty move right there. Bishop takes G7. Don't take with the king because a knight to F5 is going to come with tremendous consequences. Knight takes G7. I like this one. F6. Kick the queen away. Get the knight to B8. Exchange some rooks on the D file. That's the plan. Knight to B6. Fabiano stays active. I like this one. Anish is getting ready to sacrifice on G6, sacrifice a piece, but this complex of the queen and the knight defending the king is looking really, really nice for a black. Queen to C7, there's some pressure on the C file, but this rook comes to D4, beautiful, rook on D4, you're going to exchange, you're going to give the exchange on a D4, and unfortunately I don't think that's enough compensation for the exchange. Take king to G7, that's okay. Queen takes B4 is coming. Oh no, queen takes b4 is not coming. It's rook takes b4, knight to d3. Fabiano is bringing his knights into the attack. Take knight to f4 back and then push the pawn d3. Try to open up this diagonal as well. g3, knight to e6. Yeah, it's white who's starting his attack right now. King to f7. Still the position quite complex. Queen to c4, but queen to c4 is going to be met. Ooh, what is this? What is this move? I'm not really sure what just happened. Knight to d4 has to be played. Queen to a1. What was queen to a1? I'm not 100% sure what queen to a1 was. But this one, unfortunately, is over as well. 10.5 to 2.5. Rough. With only 7 minutes to go. Not great. Not great. Not great. Okay. Rook to d1, attack the queen, perhaps h3 as well. Rook to d4, I really like, well, actually I don't like what Fabi is doing, but I do like some pressure on the f file. Queen to c4 again, once again. This is bullet chess. Rook to d5, attacking the bishop on h5. Queen to c5 potentially. No, he's keeping up with the pressure on the f file. Knight to e5, I really like this one. Rook takes d6, some ideas in the position. Take, h4, always h4, h5. Try to open up the position on the king side. Don't go king to h8. That would be checkmate in one move. Knight to f7. Anish finds the defensive solutions in the position. Queen to h4. He's looking at potentially queen h7, queen g8. Knight to h6. Queen to d4, a6. That pawn is no longer under threat. g5, queen to d7, potentially try to open up things on the 7th rank for white. Fabiano decides to take more space with a4, a5, queen d7, knight f5. What do we do? e4. I like this move, e4. Knight to h6. Do we go e5? No. King to e3, potentially. Yes, exchange. No, rook to d4. Don't go king d3. Yes. Whew. King d3, knight e5 would lose a queen on the spot. Knight to e4. I don't like the jumpy knight. I do not like the jumpy knight. Bishop to c4, bishop to d3. Try to kick this knight away. Where do you go with the knight? King to c4. Whoa. Let's go here. No. What's happening? What moves are coming in? King to d5. If you move the knight, bishop takes f5. That's it. Bishop takes c8. Rook takes g5. Everything comes with a tempo in the position. This one is over, guys, but it doesn't really matter, unfortunately. Rook takes d6, rook e6, yes, rook e7, king e6. I'm not really sure what Fabi is doing. What is Fabi doing? Gave up the piece for absolutely no reason, gave up some more. Oh my goodness, what is happening? but he won on time. He won. Crazy game. He won on time. That's exactly what was happening in the position. With 5 minutes on the board right now, 5 minutes left in this match. Unfortunately, 7 points differential. That's, yeah, it's impossible to catch up at this point. But at least let's get some practice in. Let's win some games. Fabiano with the black pieces. Knight to b6 doesn't work because of bishop takes b6, knight to c5 exchange. The bishop for the knight, potentially b4, g5. An attack on the king side coming up for black. h4, I don't like this move. Why would you close the position up when you're fighting against the knight? That makes no sense. Rook to a3, king to c2, rook to a2, you want to exchange. Oh, rook takes d6 was a problem. He didn't see it. Luckily, rook takes c3 was in the position. Bishop to d6, follow it up with a check on a2. Rook b2, go, rook a1, rook g1, try to attack. Yes, try to attack the pawn on g2. Very important to attack the pawn on g2. Transfer this bishop to d4. If you can manage to get the bishop to d4 or f4, this position is going to be looking juicy. Yes, bishop to d4. Beautiful. Give a check. Yes. King, rook to b1, rook to g1, and just make a draw. Yeah, unfortunately, this is probably not going to be more than a draw. Right now, he just gave up a pawn for absolutely no reason. Once again, the knight, jumpy knight, extremely dangerous, especially in bullet. But this king doesn't really have any defenders right now. Potentially rook to d4, bishop to d2 doesn't work. Knight to d5, bishop to g3. Yeah, what are you going to do with the bishop is the question. You don't have any targets in the position. The knight can jump and find targets. Knight to f5 finds the king. Rook to e2, rook to d1, rook to d7, rook c7. Yes. Keep checking. Keep checking. Oh, there's no way to defend the pawn on g2. That's looking good. No way to defend the pawn on g2, but that's going to be a draw. No. Take on g2. Why is... Oh! He gave up the rook. 5 seconds against 5 seconds. Rook to d2, rook h2. You have to remove some moves. Rook to d3. Give a check. Take on f3. Move the king. Take on h3. Fabiano Caruana won. Nice. 10.5 to 4.5. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this one. Maybe at least once again we can get some practice victories in this one. Let's get some practice victories in this one. Let's get some practice victories in this one. a3, b3, yes, knight takes d4, king to h2, f5, h6, bishop to f4, take on e2 with the knight, defend the bishop on f4. If you take on f4, knight takes f4. Try to open up the position on the king side. Take on e5, take on f5. Fabiano is finding his stride, unfortunately, a bit too late. g6, open up the position. h6, queen to d2, try to target that. He has to go h6, otherwise his king gets completely destroyed. Bishop to e4, h6. I don't know what Anish is doing, why he's not playing the move h6. And right now you have to find a way to get the knight to g4, try to target the pawn on h6. That's the plan in the position. Queen to g3. What is Fabi going to do in this position? Get the rook on f3 or... Do not exchange the queens. Do not exchange the queens. Do not allow the exchange of the queens. Unfortunately, you cannot get out of the pin because the king on f2 is pinned. Are they just going to repeat the position? It seems like they're just simply going to repeat the position. No, Anish says no. He wants to play on. Queen takes d4, rook to e4, rook to c1. Defend this pawn on c2. No, the king goes to e4, blocks everything, and now we're going to see a repetition. Rook d2, rook e2, rook d2, rook e2, and that's it. Are they actually... Oh, okay, Anish is trying to be professional. He's basically trying to milk as much clock from the match clock. It doesn't really matter. Still 5 points differential. Still, you're not going to be able to catch up in only a minute. This might be the last game of the match. It's looking like it. Fabiano with the black pieces. Let's see if we can get the final victory. Bishop takes c3, knight to d5. Attack the pawn on c3. c4 is going to be... What is happening? 55 seconds on the clock right now. King to g6. A Greek gift sacrifice by Anish. Queen to g4. What are we seeing in this position? King takes f6, knight to h7, king e7, bishop to g5, knight f6. Cover up. You have to cover up, otherwise you lose the queen. On f8, d5. What is happening here? Queen to g3. You cannot take the knight on h7 because you're completely pinned. d6 defending the knight on f4. What's happening right now? Knight to f7. Yes, I like the knights. I like the knights around the king. King takes c6. Do not. Yes. Hide. hide, run and hide. Rook to e8, exchange some pieces in position, or perhaps knight to d8 to not give away the f6 pawn. He decides to run with the king, king to c7, rook to e8, a bit too late to exchange these rooks, but I still like black's position. I see some queen takes c5, queen to c5, checks in the position, rook to e1, followed by rook to e7, unfortunately is lost right now for Fabiano, and that was the final and a decisive game as well. Anish takes the match 12-5. Whew. Oh my goodness, what is happening here? What is happening here? What is happening here? Wait, guys, we're having a bit of a hiccup, but we'll get it back to working. Here we go. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. 12-5. Fabiano gets eliminated, unfortunately, from the Bullet Chess Championships. This was the losers bracket. It was a very exciting match, I have to say. Very exciting match. The result didn't go our way, but to be honest, it's so tough, right? Because if you start badly, tilt definitely sets in. Tilt definitely set in this one. And he wasn't able to recover after that. Sure, if he wouldn't have lost those first 5 games, he started off 0-5, then, you know, obviously the score would have been much more competitive. But when you start 0-5, it's quite difficult to bounce back and come back in the match. He tried, got a couple of victories, but missed a few straightforward wins as well. So yeah, that's Bullet for you. Fast games for sure. Fast games for sure. Look, Anish was good. Anish was good in this one. Anish was good in this one. He got some training recently. Yeah, I mean, look, Bullet 1+1 is a completely different story. 1+0, it's tough. 1+0 is super tough. Super tough. So that's, you know, that's kind of the situation. Let's see if Fabi said that he might join us just for a post-game interview, though he's probably not very happy. I'm gonna see if he wants to join us, answer some fan questions. Okay, let me set up a Zoom meeting. I think we might be able to get Fabi in. Thank you. I'm happy you guys enjoyed the commentary. Boom. Let's see. 2 minutes and we're going to get Fabi in. He's going to answer some questions, talk about the match. You know, the good stuff. It becomes difficult, especially in Bullet, whenever you tilt. Yes, that is true. Tilt is a big problem. Tilt is a big problem. We're just about to get Fabi in. Haha, moving with No. Did you spider bomb the house yet? Yes, that happened yesterday. I did spider bomb the house. I haven't seen any of them since. So, yeah, hopefully it's looking good. By the way, I'm not really sure why am I. There we go. Streamlabs is strange. Whenever you open up a Zoom meeting, the video just stops working. It's very, very strange. Yeah, yeah, I froze. I saw that. Okay, boom. Boom. We got Fabi in. We got Fabi in. Let's see. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Yes. Can you guys hear Fabi? I think you guys can. Oh, man. That was a rough start, huh?
Yeah, yeah. The start was bad. I came down with a bit of a cold, so my voice is it's going to be a little bit weak.
It's a bit hoarse. That's okay. That's okay. Still, it was an exciting match. I feel you were getting back
I mean,
into
not
it
real.
towards the last, yeah, towards the last few games.
Yeah, but it wasn't. There was no intrigue because the match was pretty much over. Um, like it's possible maybe to come back from 5-0, but you have
Tough.
to start winning a lot of games, right?
I think you had maybe like 22 minutes left at that point after the first
Yeah,
five.
that's possible. But you
22,
you have to
23.
you have to somewhat dominate your opponent from that point forward.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um, it's and I was always playing worse in the match. It's just that at some point it became a bit better than the beginning. But yeah, he played like clearly better than me.
Yeah,
There was
basically,
no
basically, I think at 7.5, 1.5, I think that was the score at one point. I feel like that was must-win territory. Like you have to win all
yeah,
of your
yeah.
games
And
after that.
well, already after 5-0, you have to start winning game after game. Um, because of course there's time. Like you can get a huge amount of bullet games in, but 5 points is a pretty big margin. So yeah, he really outplayed me throughout. I think like one of my mistakes at the start was I was kind of rushing. I was playing like he was playing more correct, and I was playing a bit faster. And and then like that 5 seconds edge I usually had didn't really amount to much because my position was almost always worse, or just losing. As and he was a bit faster in the time scrambles, but I don't think that was the main difference. I think he was just kind of playing better than me for like the first half of the game, and the time scrambles were kind of yeah up and down a bit, but he's also yeah I mean he's also good in time scrambles, so it's not like I was flagging him.
No,
Um,
no, 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 no. It was never the case. Like 1 plus O is so different, yeah, compared to like 1 plus 1. It's a
yeah, no,
completely
in
different
one
game,
one
pretty
you
much.
play normal chess. You play normal chess, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1-0, I think the best strategy is to play normal chess, but you have to also be very good at time scrambles.
Yeah, well, cool. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream, if you have any questions for Fabi, probably right now is the time to ask them. I'm following the chat, so get us some questions in. We're going to answer a few, and then we're gonna end the stream. Who is this Anish guy? Seems pretty decent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's good. Favorite for the Grand Chess Tour. I mean, hopefully, Fabi.
Uh,
Question for Fabi: is Fabi going to play the Global Chess League?
uh, the Global Chess League is the tournament that's going to be in London, I think.
I think so. I'm not sure. There's too many tournaments happening. It's very difficult to catch
I
up with
think
everything.
so. So if I'm correct in what tournament they're talking about, then um, it's going to be in London and it's going to be in October and it's going to coincide with the United States Championship. So I won't play that. I can see the chat too. I can answer some questions,
Mm-hmm,
but yeah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll be playing that one.
Yeah.
Um, who do you think is the best 1-0 player? I think it's like not really a debate. It's Hikaru. Um, and then followed closely by Magnus, but maybe not so closely. I'm not sure. I think Hikaru is definitely the best, and then probably Magnus is second, and third is like maybe Danya. Um,
Andrew
but
Tang,
it's
maybe.
uh,
I think Andrew Tang is extremely strong in 1+0.
well, I think that he's not as good as some of the other guys, but he's very good. But it depends on the platform. I think he gets much better uh, on Lee chess because you don't lose the tenth of a second when you
Mm-hmm.
pre-move,
Mm-hmm.
which increases his level in the time scrambles. Because the faster it gets for him, the better it gets for him. I mean, he has the best reaction speed for sure. but like a player like Hikaru is going to have a higher overall level, uh, or Danya. So he's very good, but yeah, definitely Hikaru, Magnus are better than him. And the thing is, like, it is a bit like Bullet, even though there is some consistency in who the best players are, there's a lot of variance. Like you saw Bruja, who was playing so well last year,
Mm-hmm.
basically going toe to toe with like Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
This year lost by I don't know like an 8 point margin against Sam Sevian. So there's a huge amount of variance because it is 1-0, right? If you like if anything's wrong with you that day, you can just get completely clobbered.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go on tilt, and like especially in a match like this, you go on tilt, and then you just start to lose games without a fight. So uh, Hikaru and Magnus are the ones with like the huge consistency, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of like really good players, and I think Danya is maybe the third best. Nihal is also really good, but I don't know. There's not like enough data also to say how good is Nihal compared to Danya because I don't know if they've ever played a match. And the ratings are a little bit like you can't trust the chess.com ratings so much because like you can play players and collect, you can farm, let's say, right? And also it combines like 30-second chess, 10-second chess, 1 minute chess, which are all like 10-second chess is not really chess anymore, it's just mouse speed.
Mm-hmm.
So it combines a lot of different time controls that are vastly different.
Okay, so let's look at the bracket right now. Uh-huh. So Christopher and Maxime actually are tied. They're probably playing some sort of a tie breaks right now. 11 and a half, 11 and a half. Jospin. Is that Jospin? Jose Eduardo Martinez. I would assume that's Jospin. He beat Fedosev and Minle beat Prague. Yeah, Minle is extremely fast also. So we're going to see Paravian versus Minle, Andrew Tang versus Jospin, Ali Reza versus Anish, and Bortnik is waiting in the losers bracket. But yeah.
Yeah, that Arabian beat someone like really convincingly, right? Who was it? He lost to Hikaru, but before that he beat someone. I think it was
MVL,
Maxime.
13
I
and a
was very
half to
surprised
5 and
by
a
that.
half. Yeah. Kind of destroyed him.
Yeah, um it's hard to say. Like, I mean, also Saviano is like super super good. I didn't realize that, but he's obviously super good. So it's hard to say who's who like the best players are because people don't play much bullet, and then we know some guys like okay, we know Nihal's good, we know Donnie's good, we know Bortnik is very good. Uh, Obviously Hikaru and Magnus, Ali Reza, Andrew Tang,
Yeah.
but some guys we just don't really know. Like they, there's only one serious bullet tournament a year, and uh, and that's it, right?
Do you think FIDE
Nobody.
should add Bullet to the Rapid and Blitz World Championship? Make like
No, no.
a.
First of all, bullet over the board is just a mess because like you won't be able to um
You can make it
ensure
one
that.
plus one.
Okay, 1-1, yeah, maybe. I still think that because 1 second increment to physically make moves is difficult, even with 1 second increment, it still might be a mess. And also, I don't really see the value in it. I mean, it's kind of fun, I guess, but objectively, like, who cares? At some point, you keep lowering the time. Like, yeah, we can play 10-second chess as well with 1 second increment. People do that, but I think like it's nice at least if a game of chess has some cohesion and has some um like there's some sort of beauty to it. Like one player is playing well, one player is creating something, rather than just like how quickly can you see basic one move tactics,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
and I think Blitz is exciting enough. Are we trying to make it more exciting? So yeah, I think Bullet is fun for online, but there's no need to like make it over the board Bullet tournament.
No, I think it's just a matter of is this a new, a different type of chess? Just like we have Rapid and Blitz, we consider Rapid to be different than Blitz. Then we add another, let's say, version of it, another format, 1+1. But yeah, I mean, it can become a mess over the board for sure.
Yeah, it could.
Magnetic pieces in over the board. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like,
No, well, magnetic pieces you might also struggle
To move, yeah.
to move them. There's like a little bit
Some friction.
of a delay when you pick up the piece. I don't know, but uh, yeah, I think there's enough chess tournaments without us making more and more. And also, yeah, I just don't see like huge value in adding the Bullet to Rapid and Blitz Championship. I think Blitz is already exciting enough. What's the point in shortening the time control?
Correct. Completely agree with you. All right. Let's take one more question and then we'll head out. In the meantime, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, don't forget like and subscribe. That helps the channel grow as well. So if you want to do your part in that, help us grow the channel, make sure you do that. So let's see. Thoughts on Levy's run. Okay, this is fairly hot right now. Levy, obviously Gotham Chess, is pursuing his GM title. Played his first tournament in 2 years and actually started quite well. I think he started 1.5 out of 2. I don't know. I think round 3 is happening right now. He beat GM Sosa 25-30 in the first round with black, and then Drew Pepe also with black. He's in Madrid as well. He's actually in the same city as you.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe you should go give Gotham Chess some lessons. Second him. I think he will pay.
Oh.
He will pay you a lot of money.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know. He might.
I can try to facilitate this business.
You can reach out if you want
This business
some
discussion. If you want some
So
coaching.
what's he doing so far? He's playing a game currently. He's somewhat better against 2471 Diego Pino.
Let's see.
So yeah, like decent advantage.
Wait,
so
he's winning again? That's crazy.
Well, he has a decent advantage. I wouldn't call the result so soon. Looks like a pretty good start.
Let's see if I can find this tournament.
That would make him 2.5 if he wins.
If he wins 2.5, yeah, that's pretty significant. Pretty significant. Get him to pay you in subs for lessons. 1 lesson per million subs. Yeah, that works. Sure. Send them our way. Send them our way.
So this tournament is, I don't know like what else they're doing. They're playing, I think, 2 rounds a day. There's 2 closed A, closed B open tournaments as well.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Rosen, Anna Kremlin is playing as well, or is that correct? Or is that the open tournament? I know Faustino Oro is playing.
I think that's some sort of an open tournament, or that's a different.
There's a B event and an open, but I don't know. Like I know that Anna Kremlin is playing one of them, and Faustino Oro is playing another one of them. But yeah, it's some sort of chess festival in Madrid. If I get better, because like I thought it was allergies, but I start to feel like I'm actually sick. If I get better, I'll probably visit, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that should be an interesting. Okay, cool, perfect. That should be more or less it, guys.
Is this bullet tournament still going on?
I think so. Yeah. Well, they actually continue playing. So right now, I think Anish has another match. With.
Can you get the games up? We can.
Let's see if I can set up that. That requires another scene, but let's see.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it. Why not?
No, that's Hikaru. No, this is not Vanderblitz. Okay,
No, it's So I see Tuanmin 1 against Prague. It looks like Jospin won against Fedosev.
Oh, by the way, Title Tuesday is happening also right now.
Yeah,
Wait.
I'll play the late one.
Hikaru is playing Title Tuesday.
I'll play the late one, yeah.
Okay, maybe we can stream that.
Sure.
Bullet
My
Chess
cat
Champion.
is starting to climb stuff, which is always a bad sign.
She's getting bored.
Well, I think he's like looking around everywhere, so he definitely sees a bug. Some sort of bug flying around.
Hopefully you don't have.
So it's usually like bad news for the insect, by the way.
Hopefully you don't have spiders like I do.
No, it's some sort of fly. I left the window open.
I destroyed the spiders, by the way.
I'll be right back.
Flawless victory. Late Title Tuesday stream, yes. I don't think there's anything going right now. I don't think there's any bullet. Oh, there's the cat.
How's the cat?
I cannot see the cat, but you have to bring it closer to the... Oh,
He's gone. He's behind the computer.
he's gone. I don't see any games happening right now. Do you see any games happening right now? Because I think the matches are over, at least for the moment.
Well, there are later matches. I think I don't know when they start, but there are some later matches.
Yes. Yes, I don't think they're happening right now. Cool. Well, Fabi,
That's gone.
should we just call it a day and resume with Late Title Tuesday?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Cool.
play the late one.
Cool. All right. No promises, but we might be back in just a few hours with the Late Title Tuesday. All right.